Do you know the physical aspects of the listening skills?
Oh, what's this? Communications class? They look pretty young. Doesn't seem like it's a college course. Probably a high school thing.
Do you?
No.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, we got one.
Okay, what are they? You're sitting up straight, so you've got one already, right?
You should look at the person who's talking and sit up straight or have open body posture.
Alright, yeah. Seems fair enough. Looks like she knows what she's talking about.
Open body posture is crossed legs?
No.
No. Aren't you going to be a good listener then?
Well, damn, that was pretty rude. Like, you ask her a question, she answers, and then you question her own actions in the thing. I mean, crossing your legs seems like a pretty, minimal thing to get pissy about.
There, now, this is open body posture. Shouldn't your legs be apart if they're open?
Not necessarily.
I did. Hey, I'm here.
And now, here you are, making a bigger deal of this and pointing her out for just trying to answer your fucking question. What kind of communications class is this?
Not necessarily because
Bring it on, honey. I'm ready
body
now.
position.
And here she is trying to talk to you like a normal person, and you keep on dragging this out and getting a laugh out of people. Like, are you purposely trying to, like, make fun of her? Like, what is this shit?
Now, does that make sense, what you just said?
Jesus Christ, lady, what's your problem? Does that make sense? Like, she's trying to tell you right now, and you still have the classroom laughing at her.
I'm going to make a sign and hold it up in front of you that says, stop when you get too wordy.
Yeah, don't try and explain yourself here. Just shut up and stop. You're being too wordy. You're trying to actually have a conversation with this gender-swapped clone of Emperor Palpatine.
And you just did. Do you know the physical aspects of listening skills?
Who would really try and step in at that point? Like, you're going to go down the line. Do you know what this is? Do you know what the physical aspects of listening are? Do you, like, Jesus, is this a firing line? Did these kids do something wrong?
Apparently not. Oh, I don't think you do. You certainly don't have an open body posture. Do you know the physical aspects of the listening skills?
No.
No. Do you?
No, Miss Elliott.
But you...
Seriously, can we get on with this? What are you even trying to do here? Are you teaching something? Are you trying to scare these kids? Like, who the fuck are you?
You got a real open body posture, don't you, darling?
I guess
So you can learn, can't you? Now.
You can learn, can't you? And here we see the first young lady that dared to try and explain herself or answer her question.
Getting right along. Your hand is still up. You still didn't learn anything, did you?
Holy shit. Okay, two things. You still didn't learn anything? How long have they been in this room putting up with this bitch? And secondly, like, you're getting pissed off that she's raising her hand? Yeah, usually whenever, like, you know, people are speaking, it's polite to, you know, wait until they're done, and then, you know, there's like usually a question and answer segment. But I have a feeling that this isn't really the nature of this class or lesson or punishment.
Didn't I just say when your hand is up, you are thinking of what you're going to say instead of what's being said?
Yeah, because people can't raise their hand and still be able to hear someone talk. It's kind of this thing that humans have whenever one of their hands goes above their head, you lose all sense of hearing. It's pretty tragic.
Didn't I just say that?
Didn't I just say that? My word is law here.
Yes, you did.
And did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
And did you decide that you were just going to do it your way?
Yo, what's up your ass, man? Like, you're seriously drilling into this person, singling them out amongst their peers, just because she didn't follow some precious little protocol. She kind of wanted something to say. Like, are you just opposed to other people trying to, like, talk to your batshit crazy ass?
I was
Wait a minute, you're on a roll.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What did I also say about trying to explain yourself?
Yes, I did.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
I
Now-
did.
Now, since you choose to not listen
You shall be exterminated.
to others, what do you suppose we're going to do where you're concerned?
No, listen to me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're not talking about you right now. We're talking about others. So if you have an opinion, just kind of shut the fuck up and listen, because we're talking right now. You're not talking. Thanks, yeah.
Now, no, because you're still thinking of what you're going to say instead of what I'm saying.
Hypocrisy much? Like, can you keep a thought in your head while people are talking, or do you think that other people have this inability to hold on to a strain of reasoning and listen to some crazy ass dictator who's been making fun of you this entire video so far?
Now, getting right along.
I heard what you were saying.
You're doing
I
it again.
understand what you were
You're
saying.
doing it again.
I don't care.
You're doing it
because
again.
It's wrong.
You're
You
doing it again.
Persecuted her for standing
You're
out.
doing it
You
again.
Persecuted him for standing out. The only change that ever happens is when people stand out, and I am stand by.
And here we are with the person who's actually gonna stand up to this asshole. And I don't fault her for, like, breaking up right now and, like, kind of crying. But, I mean, like, she's basically the target. She's, like, being made into the out group right now. And she's been bullied by this cunt who's talking to these kids like they've all done something terribly wrong.
Martin Luther King Jr. was shot. Are you in any physical danger here?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What? Who? How does that relate to what's going on right now?
Martin Luther King Jr. was shot and you just would have you in physical danger?
It's like, oh shit, I can't have a problem with anything because someone was shot, and I like how is that a line of reasoning, and like how is that logical? How does this follow? It's like if I lost my dog and I'm like, oh man, I'm really broken up about this. Like, oh, I don't know what to really do with myself. I really loved that dog, and then it's like, oh well, did you know someone was shot the other day? Jesus Christ.
Are you in any physical danger here? Is that girl in any physical danger here?
I posed the question to the class. Is this girl in any physical danger? Her? Look at her. Look at her.
Emmett Till was hanged by his neck after he was beaten almost to death, simply because he made a statement to a white woman.
What does that have to do with what just happened? In what strange fucking butterfly effect world do you live in where, oh, this isn't a problem, what's going on here? Did you know that someone was hanged to death because of this incident over here? And yeah, fuck that. Like, if that dude was hung because he talked to a white woman, then fuck the people who are involved in that, and they're fucking wrong. But what you're doing right now is wrong. What's happening right now at this moment with these people involved is wrong.
Does he have a reason to be angry? Every time I do the exercise, there is a point at which I know I have made the point.
Is this some show I'm not aware of? Like, do they interview sociopaths who pick on children and feel like they're on some moral crusade against racism? I'm like, she mentioned Martin Luther King and then some guy who was hung by looking at a white person. What's going on in this asshole's head when she says to herself, "Oh, I know I made a point when I made my point."
And we could stop there, but you have to nail it down.
Who allowed this person to talk to these kids? Who thought this asshole was the go-to person to lay down whatever point she's gonna nail into these kids? That's so dogmatic and twisted. There's no discussion. There's just you listen. You listen now. I will make fun of whoever stands up, and then I'll bring up obscure things that happened in the past. Oh.
And so it goes on longer than some people think it should. But you have to nail it down.
They will listen and believe.
People at this institution...
You've made your point, you're right.
Yeah, thank you very much. What is my point that I've made?
You can't make generalizations about any place because there's racism everywhere.
That's right.
That's right. There's racism everywhere. Everywhere. There's just constant racism. Anywhere you turn, the people of color are just constantly barraged by racism. It's even wait, no, it's not institutionalized. The whole cops being assholes in general to black people more often than white people. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can kind of see where you're going with that. But when you go to this extreme length of, oh, racism is everywhere, and that is my point, and that's right, yes, that's right, listen to what I have to say. Jesus, this is fucked up.
And while it may be no, you don't come back in here.
How dare she? How dare that outsider come back in to this group, this discussion, and sit back down? I really don't know how she came back. I would have been like, fuck it, leave them to their own devices, let them just sit there and jerk each other off and listen to Mama Bird and all of her crazy shit.
Until you've apologized to every person in this room. Because you just exercised a freedom that none of these people of color have.
So none of those people of color have the right to just stand up and walk out. They're just trapped there. And it's not like any other people of color are able to just walk out. They don't have that right. Oh, wait, no, they do, and you're full of shit. Kind of like the article from Time magazine referencing the University of Missouri faculty stages walkout as racism protests widen. So, like, none of those people are of color. It can't be so, because they don't have that right. They just can't do that. I'm sure if someone was of color and was in this protest, they're probably arrested, because, you know, racism is institutionalized. And including the fact that this video does look a little bit old, like the 90s-ish, still, any student has the right to just get up and walk out of class when they find a grievance with something. They may undergo some academic drawbacks. They may have a little bit of problem with the school itself, but it's not like, oh, well, you know, if you walk out of class and you're white, oh, it's all good. People of color, no, can't have that.
When these people of color get tired of racism, they can't just walk out, because there's no place in this country where they aren't going to be exposed to racism.
No place at all. Just, it's all racist. All of them. Everywhere is racism towards people of color. Anywhere you go, even if there's groups which have the right to assemble who are all people of color and they want to have a place of solidarity or a safe place, it doesn't matter. There's still racism there. I'm pretty sure there's like at least one white guy there that's calling everyone a racial epithet of some kind. Yep, just everywhere.
They can't even stay in their own homes and not be exposed to racism if they turn on the television.
Even in their own homes, people of color have no solace for which to hide from all the racism.
Which racism is a real serious thing. And if there is racism, it should be addressed. But when you start to point to every fucking nook and cranny of the goddamn country, you're being ridiculous.
But you, as a white female, when you get tired of being judged and treated unfairly on the basis of your eye color, you can walk out that door.
On the basis of your eye color? Are you like, did you just have a mini stroke right there? And you're specifically pointing out this person and judging them based on their skin color, that they just have this magical option to where they can just avoid all problems and just walk away and they'll be fine. It doesn't affect her. There's nothing that can really stick to her and be a problem because she's a white girl. And her eye color has something to do with that, I'm sure.
And you know it won't happen out there. You exercise the freedom they don't have. If you're going to be in here, you're going to apologize to every black person in this room. And do it now.
If you want to be accepted in the in-group, you must apologize to every black person.
You know, because, like, people of color, which is a stupid term anyway, but people of color, that just means black people. And the fact that she's specifically still pointing out to this person, targeting her, and just trying to shit on her so hard just because she has a different opinion. And it's not like she's just saying, oh, no, you're wrong, teacher lady, bitch. Like she's trying to find a middle ground. She's actually sticking up for herself, and other people in the room actually decided not to just sit there and swallow the shit you're trying to peddle. And she wants to stand up to this fucking asshole, this bully, who's obviously paid to just be a fucking dick to these kids.
I'm
And the
sorry,
Latinos, every
there's
person of color.
racism, this country.
Bullshit! No, you're not gonna say I'm sorry there's racism.
God damn, this legitimately pisses me off. This young girl is trying so hard to get her point across and to try and be reasonable with this asshole who is just constantly using her position of power to shit on this person just for not immediately accepting all the shit that she's saying. God damn. It makes me so sick. It's gonna have to be a 2-part episode. And there's just so much more to get through. I'm not even sure where I'm at in the video right now, but it's so densely packed, like a constipation of ignorance and racism and bullying, and just pick your poison.